We're live now.
All right. Welcome to the show. Kidding. Anyway, thank you guys for setting this up. Thank you, Papa Dumpa, for bringing us the gray market. Gray market, tell us what you guys are about. Meta, you're here hosting it for them. Gonna ask a couple of questions and tell us, our community, what you guys are, what gray market is. What do you guys bring to the table for your customers? And I heard a lot of good things. I spoke to Mr. Gray himself. So I'm pretty excited that you guys are lurking around the waters. So take it away.
Yes, sir. So I am Meta. I am the community manager and live ops coordinator for the gray market. We have a couple of other advisors at the gray market, Pumpa Dumpa, who Film Perspective is here. Unfortunately, Mr. Gray cannot be joining. He has a flight right now, but I will be sure to send him this afterwards. So, Gray Market is I hesitate to use the word investor group because we're not an investor group. We're just sort of just a large group of individuals who all collectively invest. It's kind of hard to think of the correct terminology for that, but we are a paid group who basically does our own specialty due diligence research into other projects. You may have heard of some similar groups like Kryptonaires. We kind of have the same vibe. We just have a bunch of people who are good at different things, looking into different projects, and we try to give the best calls we can. But as always, and as I feel like every time it needs to be said, nothing is financial advice, and nothing, especially if you hear in this AMA, is going to be financial advice. We are not financial advisors. We encourage you to do your own research. But if you want to look for us, you can find us at discord.gg/gray market. That is discord.gg/gray market. And the Discord is free to join. Anybody can join at any time, but it is a $200 a month membership, which comes with NFT calls, degen calls, your classic hero or zero shitcoins. And we've just actually started a TradeFi channel, which has had so far very good success. A lot of people are interested in that. So if you are interested in the stock market side of things, the more traditional finance side of things, we also have been exploring territory into that. So that's basically the shtick of what we do. We're just a large group of people trying to make a lot of people a lot of money. It's pretty as simple as that, honestly.
Nice. I think what we'll get into that, but it's interesting to hear. Yeah, I've came across several groups similar with NFAs and making the correct calls and being able to hop on the bandwagon that the groups make. But I'm glad to have you guys here. I'm glad to have there's you guys being hopefully a part of us and seeing where this rocket ship goes.
Yeah, well, we are very excited to be here as part of this process. We heard about you guys a couple months ago, and it seems like you guys have been doing quite a bit of work behind the scenes in that time. So if you're ready, we can get started on these hard-hitting questions from our community that I have compiled the list of. So, first thing I've noticed is that you guys used to be called Waifu Nodes, and then you rebranded, last time I checked, to Waifu Labs, which has then also been rebranded into Waifu Financial now. So can you take us through the process of why so much rebranding? What was the thought process and all of that?
Well, we're still Waifu Labs. I think part of the financial sector is, since here at Waifu Financial, we do give financial advice with our licensed financial advisor and investor, August Wolf. Unfortunately, he's not here. He was here yesterday kind of teaching the ropes on how to read charts and actually how to do it as a Series 7 broker. Waifu Financial is more on the decentralized kind of aspect of things, where you kind of, you buy tokens and you create certificate of deposits. I was always against nodes. I think they're all bullshit. uh, looking at it as a technical standpoint, a node is essentially a server, and you're hosting a server for the network, and you're not really doing that with an RPC endpoint. So I thought it was a complete sham and gimmick. Originally, before I got into the picture, I think I got into the picture like a day later. I was always against it. So we are Waifu Labs, and the reason why we're still Waifu Labs, like even my email is gosu at waifulabs.io. It's for the purpose that labs is that we have a multitude of services available. We have the financial sector, the pay sector, the swap, the NFT marketplace, and our decentralized online platform that we have that we're currently building. But yeah, so we just had financial here. Um, just I mean, it's kind of like a membership. I guess people are here, kind of like the revolutionary kids going up against the shitstorm that's been happening in the current market. So it's just financial, because even outside, like our members can actually talk to licensed brokers, right? It's not just with August Wolf, but his entire firm that can talk to, hey, what do I do with my money once I made all this money in crypto? Like, hey, these are private equities, SPACs, pre-IPOs, or even stocks. And I think yesterday we had a great 101 lesson that a lot of people here were like, yeah, I know how to read stocks. I've been doing blah, blah, blah for 10 years. And when he started speaking, there was just like, wait, hold on. Can you slow down? Like, can you Barney style this? So it was interesting to see. But yeah, there'll be more of those guys coming in and kind of helping out people once they cash out. So that's
Very.
the whole rebrand of from nodes. I just always thought it was honestly dog shit, and I wanted to be truthful. So it was honestly a play on words, kind of like send nudes, but send nodes. There's just a little
Yeah.
play on words.
Well, that is very bold. Having financial advice that feels very taboo to throw the word financial in pretty much anything you do ever in this space. But you know that I love that already. That sounds like actually providing a good service. So speaking of services, you mentioned a lot of these services you are providing, your pay, like Waifu Pay, Waifu Swap, your DApp. Can you just give us a summary on what each of those things are going to do exactly?
Yeah. So I'll walk you through what us in big tech, what we call is a user journey. So you
Mm-hmm.
coming through Discord, and you're like, man, I want to get in. Well, how do you do that? So we have an on ramp application called Waifu Pay. You use your Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, your bank, kind of like Coinbase, and that's your your entry point, your on ramp into the crypto space. You deposit money into there. Now you have like whatever, $500, whatever it is, and you purchase the crypto tokens that we will. We have to be very selective on which ones you can do that with. Then from there, you're saying, hey, you know what? I want to get into deeper into the rabbit hole. So you already have your crypto in your wallet. Then you're going to be able to go to another tab that's called the Waifu Swap, a decentralized exchange, and you can swap for tokens for other tokens depending on what network you want to do. You can, hey, I want to go from the Ethereum network or the Binance Smart Chain network to Avalanche. You're able to bridge in Waifu Swap. So it's a one-stop shop, really, from on-ramp to going into super degen moves. And then within there, the Waifu Financial or the Waifu DApp. Let's say, hey, I want to buy Waifu tokens. Let's see what I can do with this. You can create quote unquote nodes, but certificate of deposits or deposits themselves, and you can yield daily rewards. You can claim them. You can claim your rewards, or you can compound them into either upgrading your deposit into a higher tier. The more you deposit, obviously, the bigger the reward would be, but at a plateaued percentage, something that's sustainable. Um, and then, I mean, this is just the basics, right? The basic bare bones
Yeah, just a summary.
customer. And then once you make your profit, you say, screw you. I don't, one of the biggest issues that I've had getting into this back into the space was like, I want to get the heck out. I want to cash out. I want to, take my wife, Lola, Crypto Bunny out on a date or something, but I can't because all my freaking money is trapped in this shit. So you can off ramp the same way you went back in. So that's one way to look at it. And we just touched 3 products there: Waifu Pay, Waifu Swap, Waifu Financial, or decentralized finance. Let's just say you make a lot of money and you're just like, man, I want to get the heck out of here. Like, I want to make more money in the real market. I want to make my investments secure. You call up August Wolf, or one of our other financial advisors that I've been talking to, that's part of the same firm, and like, hey, what can I do? You call them up, you say, hey, I made $10,000. I don't want to pay taxes on this shit. I want to reinvest my money. I'm not a tax advisor, but I've heard you can do that. So you can go on board and talk to a financial advisor, all within the same house. Off-chain investments too. That's that bone. Then we have the Waifu verse, which you can do pretty much the same shit, just a little bit more interactive. You can use your Waifu tokens to customize your avatar. You can buy NFTs there. You can show off your NFTs, right? So if you want to buy I don't know if you ever played the game Fable, you can buy your own little home and like your own little gallery and show it off there. And when people come in, they're like, oh, this is the house of Ray. He has his Azuki there, and holy shit. And then we're kind of building the bridge. I'm not going to drop the alpha here, but we are making plans where we can connect multiple metaverses into one. So I know Azuki wants to build their own metaverse. They've been trying to do it for the past 5 months and they're not doing it. So hey, I can come on board and I can build you your whole metaverse into there. So if you're an Azuki holder, metaverse can do that. So pretty much everything that I explained, you can do the same thing, just a little bit more interactive. You can play around. There's a little bit more dark side of the moon stuff that you can do there to get your kicks. But yeah, I mean, Pumpa Dumpa knows it, what I'm talking about. Then, in Q1 or Q2 of 2023, we're going to go full hands down on Waifu TV, which it's a decentralized online streaming platform. One of the biggest problems that there is in the industry in streaming is that streamers are not capable of, like, honestly just cashing out. They have to earn a certain amount. They have to, they're lack for a better term, but they get railroaded with taxes and fees and everything because payment processors for merchants, they don't like that type of, especially for crypto, they don't like it, which is why you need an MTL license. But it's just really cumbersome for streamers and influencers to stream. So hey, you can use the Waifu Pay. You can cash out all the money you've made in through Waifu Swap, Waifu Pay. People can tip you on the platform. You know how you do at Twitch with bits. You can do the same shit. You can tip the streamer with our Waifu TV tokens that we'll have, and they can cash that out whenever they want. So there's no centralized government. The only thing is that obviously there are going to be some rules and regulations that we have to follow, but besides that, it's honestly decentralized and anybody can come in and stream gaming, whatever, same shit. So that's kind of like a quick gist, and all of this is feeding the ecosystem of Waifuverse and going into the liquidity pool and going into the treasury and blah blah blah. And yeah, that's kind of like the big vision, the big Northern Star.
Okay, that's very ambitious. I do come from a content creator background before I got into DeFi, so I do like the idea of a decentralized streaming service, but because I come from that background, I do have some, or at least a bit of questions. Hopefully you can clarify on exactly how some of this is going to happen. Because, well, first let's zoom in on the waifu verse real quick. So you want to make basically your own platform on the metaverse, just, you know, use the token, you make your own NFTs, do all that stuff. How do you convince people to go to you as opposed to because metaverse is now becoming the new, it's becoming the new nodes, the new RPC endpoints, the new whatever hot buzzword you want to say of the day. The metaverse is going to be that probably for a little while. So how do you convince people to use your metaverse, or rather your segment of the metaverse, rather than Facebook or, sorry, Meta? That they stole my name, by the way. My lawyers are in contact. But yeah, how do you convince people to use your metaverse? I'll just leave it at that. What makes your metaverse special?
One, it's already out there. I mean, you can already use it. We're not just talking shit and just like saying, yeah, we're eventually going to make it. Like, it's there. You can use beta. Second, it's in the web browser. You don't need to download anything. So I think barrier to entry into our metaverse is just creating an account versus like other are not really web-based. You have to download and you have to do different things, and it's just kind of very cumbersome. The only thing, part of the market size, the incentives are that you can do everything that you're doing in the dashboard, website, or whatever. It's just very, like, we're trying to make it like very anime themed, right? So to cater to that,
Yeah,
but with like more like Neo Tokyo type of feel. Neon Tokyo or whatever, 1980s, 1990s
yeah,
style. Honestly, besides that, I mean, I think one of the biggest things is that, you know, a lot of people like not a lot of people, a lot of different projects are promising these metaverses, but they don't do anything. There's just do a little YouTube 10-second video of it, but they don't have anything tangible. And I don't want to, it's sure, it sounds ambitious, but I think the level of expertise, right, and the level of experience that myself alone and my engineering staff and my marketing team have kind of supersedes and kind of run laps around everybody in the game right now. Besides Meta, even though I did work for Facebook before, but yeah, that's I think those are the two key factors that we can hopefully with whatever marketing. I mean, I don't want to talk about hypotheticals like, no, we're gonna have everybody there, but like, to speak facts, right? Like, it's web browser based. There's not that much to download. It's light on your device. It's even mobile friendly. You have mobile controls. So like,
okay.
so, and yeah, it's already out there. Like, I mean, we're building on top of it. We have a production beta already released that you can walk around and jump and interact. You can chat there. We're adding voice next. And then if you want to go from third person where you can control it, you can go into VR experience. And I think our team already has experience with that. We have one of our team members that's a contractor for Meta already. Well, there he goes. Gronk is here. He can talk to you all about the metaverse. Him and his twin brother, like, they're monsters at this game. And I think what makes us separate from other metaverses is that the lack of experience and the lack of actually knowing how to do it. It's out there, but it doesn't mean that everybody knows how to change their oil on their car, right? So
That's fair. That is fair. So what I'm hearing is simplicity, first mover advantage, and massive amounts of collective experience.
correct.
Okay, that's fair. So just a little one more question into that aspect.
Yeah.
Are you looking to which customer are you looking to drive in with this? Are you looking for the DeFi degenerate who's already like invested in this, or are you looking to try to pull people who might necessarily not trust the metaverse or might not necessarily not like the metaverse? Are you looking for any outside markets, or are you just trying to stay contained in this space?
No. So I think okay. I'm one of those outside pockets originally. I mean, even though I got burned back in 2014 with around 3,500 bitcoins, I got
Mm,
rugged. So
yikes.
I don't think there's a distrust in the metaverse. I think there's a distrust in DeFi. I don't think like metaverse is just a leisure, right? It's we're not talking about any real at least for me, I think it's leisure. Um I'm planning on getting the DeFi community, the ones that we have here that know everything that they can or they know about uh crypto and DeFi and NFTs and all this bullshit, right? And I'm kind of building that community here because when I do outreach of people that are curious about crypto because they're seeing it all over their plate, like all over, right? TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, they're seeing it all over, but they're afraid of entering because there's no trust. They're not afraid of the metaverse. I'm pretty sure anybody wants to slap on a couple of Oculus and start roaming around their house looking like idiots. It's all right. But the issue is that there's not a trusted source on where and how they can invest into cryptocurrencies and the whole DeFi space. There's a distrust there. So I'm building a community right now, capturing the current DeFi degens and whoever was smart in investing, like you guys, like Gray Matter. Now I have an outreach, right? Our community manager that we literally have now is Heavenly Controller. Like he's huge in the anime space, and even him himself, after meeting with him today, he's like, dude, I don't trust crypto. Like I hear tons of my friends talking about like they invested it's just $1,000, $2,000, and then like it's just gone and they can't do shit about it. So like we're bridging that gap between those people that know about crypto but are afraid and having this community here that knows everything about crypto that can guide them and onboard them in a safe way, saying, hey, this is the way you can go about it.
Okay. Yes, that yes, having an onboarding experience for non-users I think is paramount,
Yep.
especially if you're looking to do some of the things you're doing, which is what I want to segue onto the next just concern I have with Waifu TV specifically. As someone who's basically come from the streamer community,
Mm-hmm.
this seems very difficult to pull off because one, you're basically fighting YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook just right off the bat. You're trying to compete with their user base who have already established, like we've seen Mixer, who had Microsoft money fail. We had D Live, which is in the tanker. We had Trovo, which is a complete joke. Basically, anyone who tries to come into the streaming space is already at such a huge disadvantage. And on top
Right.
of that, streamers hate crypto.
Right.
As part of the streamer community, anytime someone loses in crypto, the streamer community celebrates. So
Yep. I know.
my question is basically, how are you going to overcome these overwhelming disadvantages that you already have with your specific product, Waifu TV?
So it's not necessarily on the skill set question. All right, good. Because all right, that is a very good question because even Heavily Controller, like he's almost like 1 million subs, tells me the same thing. He's I just mentioned it, right? Like he's like, I don't want to get into crypto because it's insane. Um, I don't want to say it here. Of what we're mainly aiming to do with Waifu TV, but basically all of those streamers that are getting banned on Twitch, I I know this because we see it all. I have to be very careful how I say this because I work for the fucking company. So, uh,
Take your
not
time.
Twitch, not Twitch, but the main head honcho, Amazon. So it's again, anything I'm saying here, um, it's my opinion of my own. It's not Amazon. It's subsidiaries. I have to say that. Uh, I worked at Twitch before. I've built the Amazon IVS, which is interactive video service, from pretty much from the ground up with the team that I was at. I saw the boot of Doctor Disrespect. I saw the current backlash and forth. I forgot her name, but I think she's very huge. Amma Rose or something like that.
Amaranth, probably what
Yeah,
you're talking
and
about.
yeah, her and a bunch of other streamers that are kind of a little bit lewd and whatnot, and they can't really like full throttle because they're just like, no, you're either banned or uh put some clothes on. So we're kind of that alternative.
Okay. I think
Okay,
I'm putting the no I'm putting the picture I'm putting the pieces together now of and it's
Meta Famous
decentralized.
is gonna Meta Famous is gonna be on Waifu TV for sure.
I mean, hey, whenever I go back to streaming, anything can happen. But
And yeah, I mean that's what we're kind of doing. I mean, I'm not trying to say it's the full dark side of the moon. There is going to
yeah.
be a section for that. But if anybody else wants to come on board, like you want to teach people how to paint, sure, fuck it. Like teach people how to paint, get tipped in cryptocurrencies and whatnot. And I'm trying to make it. That's why I'm not. That's not the main initiative for now for our MVP, our minimal viable product right now that we want to launch with. We want to build all our foundational components first, right? How to enter, how to exit safely, doing the right thing. I mean, just right after this meeting, I have a meeting with an attorney to kind of like, you know, clear full set everything and just make sure that we're all compliant with everything. So streamers that hate streaming platforms or new ones or crypto or whatever, like we're trying to do the right steps, trying to build the right components so you can easily enter and exit from and cash out from.
Okay. Yeah. No, I see the market there. I understand the purpose. Okay. That definitely because there's no shot you guys become the next Twitch or YouTube.
There's
Like that
no
was
fucking.
like full send. But that market is definitely there. So
Yep.
I understand the point. I like it. I like it. So let's
And
move. I was taking a little. Well,
that's
going a little long. So I was just
yeah.
I didn't expect to be this long on the metaverse. So, but let's get on to tokenomics first. Move away from the product. Let's go to your tokens. Let's talk about like pre-sale, vesting. What is the sale of your tokens going to look like?
Hold on, let me pull up because I literally look at this shit, look at different things. All right. So we have the quote unquote seed round. We have pre-sale and we have public. Um, Seed and pre-sale, kind of like private IPOs. They will be locked. Uh, you can use them for anything else besides selling. I mean, that's just industry standard in the stock market. Like if you go pre-IPO or you buy private equity or whatever shares, that you cannot sell them after 6 months. I mean, we understand that this is crypto and things move fast. People are trying to liquidate as much as they can. So we're trying to do the vesting period for seed and pre-sale. I mean, it's still in talks. Our financial advisor is no, fuck them. Like after 90 days, then they can start vesting daily, going right. Like let's just say like I'm just gonna throw a number out there like 3% daily of those tokens that you bought at seed or you got airdropped seed and pre-sale are going to be available for you to unwrap them and be able to sell them. There's no I'm trying to fight against transfer taxes. The reason being for transfer I'm avoiding transfer taxes is because like sometimes your wallet gets compromised and like I don't want to penalize anybody for that. So that might be thrown out the window. It was there for that, but yeah. And then launch, you can purchase them starting off at $1, and then if they go up, they go up. And that's pretty much it. I mean, they don't the vesting period is a little bit tricky because I want to do like a week after launch. They start vesting daily until 90 days, 100%, and you can have them with a 10% sale limit, 10% wallet max, right? So if you have one, you can only sell zero point 0.1. So, yeah. Does that answer your
Yeah,
question?
that definitely works. So seed. You've been talking with our team. We're talking about being seed investors.
Yes.
So what? How do I word this? What is the protocol going to look like for having to do that? Because if we're talking about transfer taxes, we're looking at either all pooling the gray.eth fund and then just sending it all over, or
Yep.
would we or should we collect a bunch of wallets to send it to you for the seed, so we don't have to even stress at all about transfer tax?
No. You guys won't even like. That's the thing. Like, I don't like. I was mentioning. It was just brought up, and I just added it there just in case. But
Okay, yes. So there's no plan for a transfer tax. This is just a
right, because again, like shit, like things happen. Your wallet gets compromised. Like
yeah.
me personally, like I would be very pissed off if my wallet gets compromised, and I'm just like, man, I have whatever amount of tokens, and I want to transfer it out because I got fished, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why am I going to penalize that person for securing their funds? Like I don't agree with it, and that goes against my morals on looking out for the little guy, right? Kind of like the Robin Hood of DeFi. So I don't really want. Yeah, don't worry about transfer taxes. Like it's not something that I'm like adamant about. Now, in regards to a collective wallet, I mean, I've spoken. If someone can go in alone, personally, my opinion is let them go alone. The reason being is because if you have collectively a group of people, they might be shorted out for what they actually invested for, right? And this is just an advice for you guys. Like,
Yeah.
imagine like only one guy is the one that threw 10 G's down and everybody else is 20 and you guys split that evenly. Like, I don't think that's fair. Um, that's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys do it, but
Well, I
I,
imagine it would be equivalent to investment, of course, because we would that'd all be tracked. So I'm not in charge of the wallets, but I can fairly be certain that everything would be distributed fairly, like weighted by investment, of course. Like
yeah,
whatever amount of tokens, whatever you put in, we are keeping all of our collective investments on like ledgers, not like treasures, but like actual like ledgers. So it
not
shouldn't
an
be
enforcer.
too, yeah. So it shouldn't be a problem to have collective raising. But with that, we can. I want to address something. Speaking of trying to get collective raising for this, some of our community were concerned with the. I know you've said you're moving on to the Neo Tokyo Japanese pop cyberpunk kind of theme here.
Miami Vice, more Miami Vice because I'm from Miami.
Okay, all
But yeah.
right, for Miami Vice. So what current stage are you in the rebranding? Because currently, I don't want to say currently in case it's changed, but the last time we checked, we still have like the pitch deck, and
Yeah.
some of the launchpad still has like a lot of the porn aspect of it. So what process are you currently in the rebranding stage?
So we're completely removing that. We're gonna stick to our guns with having our NFT models being able to promote their OnlyFans,
Mm-hmm.
but um, everything else is a little bit more cleaned up. I removed the coming soon and more the actual come here soon.
Yeah, I
I removed,
invited I invited my I invited my best friend to listen into this AMA, and I sent him the Discord link, and it blew up the thumbnail with the coming to BSC and just blurry letters right in his face. So, and I was that's why I bring this up now, because I'm glad that it's being worked on. Um, but that was just a a funny side note. But
Yeah, we are completely rebranding. We are in talks with several artists trying to get it right, just right, where it's not like too lewd, too crazy, and something that can be actually hit mainstream. And it's not. I mean, and I'll be frank with you, it's mainly because like um, it's mainly because like if I try to do YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Google, like any pay per click, any digital marketing, like I will not be able to do any marketing because of how lewd it might be.
oh yeah.
So that definitely puts us at a disadvantage. So and you can actually thank Codebrief for like she at Node Nations AMA, she asked that question like, hey, we all love everything you're bringing, but how are you going to tone it down? I think we've been hitting the same freaking nail for like the past 2 or 3 weeks, and we're completely rebranding everything. We're just trying to uh, find the right art direction, the right artist that can see the vision that I'm seeing and that the rest of the team is seeing, and public facing, right? But the like I said, the dark side of the moon, you have to like really you have to land at the moon and you have to like walk around and then you find it and it's like hidden in the corner. We can definitely do that, but yeah, so we've been a long we've come a long way from really like toning things down, and we're toning things even more down um, as we go along. And I have different types of community input. I think I can definitely say that too. Like, right, our project, our company is really community driven. So
Okay. That works. You're definitely treading a fine line, and you seem to be handling it very well. So let's talk audits. I'm reading here you have an audit with Obsidian right now.
Obsidian's not really an audit.
Okay. Well, I don't know why that is written on my notes here.
No, no,
So
no.
so
Well, we do.
what are you
We
being
are
audited by?
KYC. Sorry. So we are KYC'd or whatever the hell that means. I mean, it doesn't make any sense saying that, but um, just to clear things up, like they're not an auditing company. They're just saying, "Hey, show us your ID.
Yeah,
You are
you're KYC'd with Obsidian. That's that. Yeah, that's the proper term. So are your smart contracts being audited then?
As soon as we're done, we're gonna hit Certic to audit them, like pen test them and stuff like that. I looked at several. I have a couple of friends I went to school with that work at Certic that they're gonna look at it for us. We got the homie deal, so
All right.
um, yeah. I mean, I forgive me, but I really don't give a shit for any other DeFi audits that they're out there. Um, because a lot of them are just inexperienced engineers, and I don't feel like they have any merit to audit someone with the tenure that I have or some that the tenure of what my team has. But Certic is definitely, one of the top of the line. They don't just do Solidity auditing. They do full pen testing of the front end and back end and make sure that everything's okay. I mean, that's just normal industry standard. We can even go as far as HackerOne to make sure that our applications are secure and our which we, by the way, we have to get it regardless to get an MTL license. So yeah, so our auditing process, I mean, it's standard across any real big tech company would normally do. That's just to protect our customers and protect us, because if any data leakage happens and I'm holding sensitive data like credit card information, identities and things like that, like I think it will be a more serious fine than anything that we have seen. So
Oh, certainly. Certic definitely is the gold standard. So any kind of exploitation, especially when you're handling that large amount of sensitive data, potentially a large amount of sensitive data, yeah, that's good. So you're aiming for this audit. Is this going to be pre-sale, before pre-sale?
Yeah, we're not launching any contracts on the mainnet without it being audited. Like, if anybody does that, do not invest.
Yep, do not invest. Yeah, that's what I was waiting to hear. Don't. So unless you hear it from them, it's probably going to be a fake contract. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So let's move. Let's move. We're almost done with my questions / the community questions, and then we can move on to just if anyone in the audience has any specific questions that either were asked or maybe they weren't here. But the market's really shit right now. To be frank, the market is not good. So how are you planning on succeeding when we're kind of heading in a downward spiral right now in this market?
Buy low, sell high, man.
Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high.
But no. On a serious note, like, I mean, look at who's performing poorly. Like, I mean, the stock markets are kind of recovering, right? According to our financial advisor, that kind of mentioning it, right? So, like, I think it's really based on the team. I mean, even in real investing, you're looking at the core team and the performance, and if they're capable of delivering on their promise, which I think we are able to do that. And I know that we're able to do that. And yeah, I mean, I'm not okay. So, like, something that I've been indoctrinated with working where I work is, like, I'm customer obsessed. I don't really give a shit for my competitors. I don't care what they do. Obviously, they're doing it wrong because the markets are shit and nobody's trusting what they're producing. I'm customer obsessed. I can say that, like, with a firm, very 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 confidently, saying that I'm very customer obsessed. It's always day one, meaning no matter when I wake up, it's like, shit, I gotta hit the ground running, and that's how I've been taught. It's worked. It's worked for big conglomerates, and it's kind of working here too. So I'm not worried about the markets, because even when 1997, when Jeff Bezos kind of went IPO with Amazon, the markets were shit too, and investors, like, they still invested into them because they believed in the future of Amazon. And you can read that in his 1997 letter to his shareholders, right? So, like, I'm not worried about the market because I see the North Star, and our customers will be very pleased with what we're trying to accomplish here. And that's honestly what I'm worried. Like, the only thing I'm worried about is my customers being happy and being able to utilize a platform they can trust. So I don't give a shit about the market right now, because it's not gonna be like this next year.
Fair enough. So one last question I have regarding seeding. So what my notes here say is that as seeding, the number I think you threw out was 0.1% equity with seeding. So how is that? What form is that equity going to be coming into? Is that going to be like a X amount of tokens airdropped after the vesting period, or is there more to it than that?
No. So, pretty much those NFTs hold the right to the revenue redistribution model. So 10% of all streams of revenue will go into this escrow account, where you can kind of claim it like rewards. It will not be in native Waifu tokens. It would be in stable coins. So you can accumulate it there on your platform and on the dashboard and say, hey, oh shit, payday. Do you want to cash out or not? And you can just, the same thing, right? It's like claiming. You can claim it. There's no tax on it, and it goes into wherever you want it to go to be claimed. It would be every time, kind of like a normal pay splitter contract that Open Zeppelin has. Open Zeppelin has been audited plenty of times. It's kind of like the gold standard industry of what to follow. But yeah, that's pretty much how you would vest. And then you can claim all all of it at once. You can claim it at a certain amount. However, it may sue you. So,
All right. So I guess just a final, hopefully my last question before I'll open it up to anybody in the audience. We talked about why your metaverse, why your streaming service, which I'm now quite intrigued to see how that pans out over the next year or so. Why your other ones? Why would people use your DApp, your swap, and your payment service over some of the over your competitors? Because those markets right now are very overinflated. Everyone's trying to launch a DEX. Everyone's trying to launch their swap. Everyone's trying to do it all. Why your specific DApp swap pay system?
I think you just answered it.
I mean,
everyone is trying to do it.
Well, yeah, but like there are people who have done it, and that's why I don't want to say trying to do it and then they haven't. Like people are trying and have done it. That's why the market is inflated with DEXs, with payment apps, with swap functionality. So why yours?
I mean,
oh god, my headset just died. Hold on, I'm sorry. Wireless headsets. 3, 2, 1, and back. All right. Sorry about that.
So why us?
Yes.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, why do people shop at Amazon not anywhere else? You know, like they just stuck around for the long haul. You know, like I know market acquisition, and it's going to be market adaptation is something that my biz dev is even like, hey, how are you going to go there? I mean, we're just taking the right procedures to acquire new customer base and acquire more of the market share as we go along. I mean, I think once people see the authenticity that we provide here at Waifu, like even myself, I'm very authentic with my customers and my members here. Like I'm engaged all the time. I mean, that I build customer trust. You know, I'm not going to go out with a report saying that we got exploited. We're going to, I think that's one of the things that we can touch upon. We can provide opportunities for people to shut out Web 2 space and enlighten. Yeah, like the people in the Web 2 space, we're trying to tap into those people that, hey, we're the lighthouse of trust, that you can come onto our platform. We have all our, everything is laid out on the table. We're super authentic with ourselves, super honest. This is what we're all about. You can trust that the engineers behind the product is actually competent enough to secure. I mean, if you go to Coinbase, the freaking UI sucks. It's super slow. You don't know when the fuck your money's there, and you're like freaking out.
That's true.
You go to an exchange to bridge Spirit Swap or whatever, and you're just tracking it, hoping it doesn't hit a freaking dark hole, and you're like, well, my money's gone. We had Just Goose do that with what's it called? With he got hyped up, and he was like trying to throw $10,000. He was like, yeah, I'll do it if you give me a roll. And like he used Avalanche Bridge, and he sent it to Avalanche Bridge, and guess what? He messaged them, hey, can I get my $10,000 back? I lost it in Avalanche Bridge. Here's the transaction history. And they told him to, sorry. That type of thing loses customer trust. And I think what I'm really trying to emphasize here with my team and with everybody here, it probably sounds like a fork of Amazon, but like I think a lot of companies fork Amazon too, right? With their leadership principles and customer obsession, and I really look up to that. And those are the same traits. I mean, some that I don't agree with, I'll probably change here and there, but that's what we're coming in with as well. We're coming in to build customer trust. Like if if a product on Amazon Prime comes over to your house and it's all fucked up, you can talk to them and be like, hey, this is going on. We're going to build customer success teams, customer satisfaction teams to make sure that people are being onboarded correctly. Go to any fucking platform and please enlighten me if there's any customer success uh, that advocates for the customer in any of these exchanges or wallets or whatever. Probably like one or two, maybe. But right, like, hey, how do I do this? Like, even when I was doing it in the beginning and I didn't know what the fuck to do with Coinbase, like my whole experience was terrible. I tried to send Gronk $300. They told us exactly how to do it on their website, and I lost $300. Like, he's a freaking testimony to that. When I called them and they gave, well, you're shit out of luck.
Yeah.
Honestly, fuck you. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you see the transaction there that you told me how to deposit money into your fucking thing, into your platform. And then when I'm messaging you about it, I'm showing you the proof. You're telling me that I'm wrong. That in itself loses customer trust. I fucking hands down. And that's what makes us different. Like, we're going to understand, which, fuck it, I'll drop the alpha. Like, I'm talking to insurance companies to build insurance for wallets. How can we build insurances for wallets? Like, you want to insure your wallet, you get fucking hacked, you do some stupid maneuver, your risk analysis, everything that we're doing. That's a different product we're trying to build all together, because it's bullshit. I literally lost probably like $700. It's not a lot. Literally into dark holes that I followed the instructions on these fucking websites and I lost money.
Very interesting. Now, is this insurance going to be centralized, or people going to have to KYC with their wallets, or is this a decentralized type of deal where?
Honestly, it's a little bit too premature to talk about it, but obviously, I think
Fair.
if you want to insure your wallet, it has to be KYC'd. Like, we have to know what our risk factors are. I mean, this is just me speaking to an insurance person that's been doing insurance for years. And they have to know who the fuck it is. Like, you can't go and get like life insurance if you're dying out of cancer, right? Because they have to assess you and see, like, all right, like, so basically that, like, I'm dropping that out there. I'm, I'll say it here too. I'm building I already have Gronk's brother Valor. Like, we have our own freaking chain too. Like, we're trying to bring it in-house, because it's hard to trust anybody out in this current industry right now to like get shit done correctly.
Oh,
right?
Of course.
So, if there's a famous saying, if you want something done right, do it yourself. So, like, that's what I'm going by.
All right. There's your sneak peek of alpha, potential insured wallets. That honestly very interesting. I also, when I was a much younger lad in DeFi, I threw $3,000 to Coinbase, but it was on the Phantom chain, and that money is gone forever. Yep. So you know what? Insured wallets, let's do it. All for it. Speaking of centralized exchanges, are you looking to get any? Can probably way too early to even comment on it, but are you looking to be listed on any centralized exchanges, or are you going to try to keep everything in-house or on dexes?
No. I mean, one, our own Waifu Pay.
Yeah, of course.
Metal Pay too. The same attorneys that we have on our team are the same attorneys for Binance.us and KuCoin. So we have to do things right by the book in order to get listed on these exchanges. So you can't just get listed on those exchanges because you're doing hot on your little fucking coin and nodes and shit. Like, there's a lot more in-depth things that just go way over everybody's head. So everybody here too, in the legal world. But yeah, like, we are planning on being on several centralized exchanges to list our cryptocurrencies.
All right, that sounds good to me. That's going to be all the questions that I have / our community has. If anybody from Gray Market wants to ask their own question while we wrap this up in the last 5 minutes or so, you can keep this under an hour. That'd be great for our first ever AMA. Then raise your hand. We'll get any other questions for Gosu, if anybody has any of those. And if not, we can get y'all out of here. Anybody? I'm pinging the market right now to see if
Papa Dumpa. I'll bring him up.
Pumpa, hello, sir. Please click the button. There you go.
Krabby Patty coming up.
Pumpa, you are muted. Sir?
Hello, hello.
There he is.
How are we all going?
Wonderful. Great AMA so far. How's it going, bud?
Oh, it's going great. Excuse me, I'm just driving, but missed the first half of it. Just want to say, Gosu, thank you very much for giving up your time on this special day. And just wanted to say happy birthday from everyone.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, big 3-0.
Oh, it's your birthday today, dude? That's amazing. Happy birthday, sir. Wow. All right.
Thank you. I'm going to post it after.
Is that it?
Make sure you guys spend some time with some family, friends. We appreciate all the hard work you're doing. I missed the first 10 minutes or so. Meta, did we talk about revenue targets, predictions, or anything like that?
No. That was we had that in the notes at first, but we got rid of that one.
Yeah, and I'll address that. You know, I don't want to sit here and play hypotheticals like, hey, because I'll be severely fucked if I start talking about what I think my token price will be at.
Yeah, price predictions are never. I don't ever like to trust any devs who come out and just throw out price predictions to hype up community with hypotheticals. So I was happy to get rid of that one when it was in the notes. So. No.
Yeah, I don't want to sit here and talk about hypotheticals. Because, hey, worst case scenario, Russia decides to bomb the entire fucking internet, wires and servers, and then, I made a promise live, and I'm fucked.
Yes, sir. Anything else,
you
Pumpa?
Can't allow for the unknown. There was a question in Grey Market. When Waifu burgers?
Waifu burger. Oh, dude. Yo, all right. So here's another alpha.
Oh.
Here. Dude, if you come to Seattle, Washington, right, and you drive around Linwood, you drive around Everett, you're going to see these little bikini stands that sell coffee. Now imagine this. I mean, they're all dog shit. I mean, some of the ladies there are pretty. But if you go to one of these, you open up and it's a beautiful lady in a bikini serving you coffee early in the morning. Waifu barista, waifu coffee. You show up, anime themed, get your coffee in the morning. I'm not kidding. I'm gonna do it.
It sounds like a maid cafe with less steps. So hey, that. Why not? That doesn't seem like a bad idea. I like it. You got waifu coffee. You got anything else for us, Pumpa?
No, I think that's it for me. We can all see what you're doing, Gosu. Most people have no idea, but it's certainly an opportunity that you all don't want to miss out on. So thank you.
Thank you. We got another one, waifu drill. Invite to speak. Another Krabby Patty coming up. Should name you guys Krabby Patties.
I don't know about patties, but I do know about those coffee shops in Washington. They're not just in Seattle.
No. Oh, that's right. Those
are actually pretty damn good. Only difference is their price has gone up.
Yep. They're very expensive.
Yeah, but then again, we go and pay $10 for a damn Starbucks cup of junk. Same shit.
Yeah.
So, what are we looking at as far as launch now? I noticed I've been listening to the whole time, and I did notice you said we're kind of moving away from nodes, which is fine because at the end of the day, nodes are just a big Ponzi scheme waiting for new money. With some exceptions, if they add utility, they can do some type of survival tactics. But if they don't have the whole package, it's just a big grab. So, what are we looking at now as far as like actually launch?
So the only thing I can predict is somewhere between June. We are finishing our smart contracts here and there, in the sense that we're being we're almost done with them, and I think sometime around the first week, this next week or the week after that, we submit to CERTIC. There's going to be hopefully not that much back and forth. That they whatever they find, we can adjust, we can fix. It's all going to be in the test net. And then once they give their report and what we should do, what we should not do, we should be good to go. Also, I don't want to rush to launch because I do want to do a big marketing campaign, which we have the budget for, we have the roadmap for, we have the strategy for it. So I don't want to just I have the contract, let's go, that's it. Like, I don't want to do that. No offense, like I don't think all the 7,000 something people here will be a good launch. I think we need a little bit more. We need more headway. Like I really want to push a marketing campaign once we do the full rebrand and we do all of that other stuff. So we're looking at June. But yeah, I just want to make sure I take all the right steps. That our core team just takes all the right steps to make this flawless and not fuck up.
So I definitely 100% agree with you as far as don't rush it. It is what it is, at this point. Even for the seed investors that invested, myself included, we are more betting on you and the team. With your guys, like you've mentioned, your experience and your expertise in the field. So that's kind of what we're going for, right? And obviously, us at our own project, the same thing. We're not really trying to rush it, but definitely hitting the market and the marketing section of it would, I think, do wonders. And as far as the numbers, the number should be more around the 15 to 14,000 and up. Only because in every single project, it's repetitive, right? You either have the same group of people coming in, but nothing guarantees that they're actually purchasing. Nothing guarantees that they're actual investors.
Exactly.
Some of these people just jump in to see what's going to be free. And unfortunately, that's the space. I know that Meta mentioned the state of the space. The state of the space sucks balls. Fact, right? But it's the projects that are innovative that are continuing to progress and do better. So I, for one, am looking forward to it, and June can't come soon enough.
Yeah, and just to kind of piggyback on that, like, we have a lot of steps and that we want to take to guarantee that. And I'm moving down to audience now. We have a lot of steps that we're going to take to place, a lot of strategic partnerships that we have. As you notice, the freaking stupid picture that I have is strategic partnership with them. We have a strategic partnership with Easy Demons Club. It's a Stevie Aoki NFT project. Like I'm trying to tap into even the NFT market with people that just flip NFTs. They don't like DeFi. They don't understand it, and it's very scary to them. They rather get rugged because it's a little bit more control when you look at a shitty art and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm not investing. Like it's a little bit more straightforward than DeFi, because DeFi you can get deceived. I mean, look at Universe. I told everybody about High Point. I told you that guy was full of shit. So I'm bringing in doing strategic partnerships across the field. I think Meta, we can have the film perspective.
Yeah, another one of the admins over at Gray Market. Welcome, sir.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So first off, I want to say I respect the ambition. I love that you are shooting for the stars, and if you land anywhere close to the moon, perfect. The biggest thing that I hear from you that I think is your winning selling point is building the trust of people. And of all those services that you're offering, personally, I think the insuring a wallet will put you far above anyone else if you can pull that off.
Yeah, no, it's very hard. It's not as easy because there's a lot of risk there.
Exactly.
There are competitors out there that kind of do it, but they're just not really marketed well. It's just extremely hard to do it because like I could lose we could lose a lot of money because there might be scammers like, oh, I lost it, and they just switch it off to another wallet. Like there's a lot of things that play and to play with that. That is an ambition. I would say.
And that's the ambition that you need in crypto, because everyone is scared of crypto because it is so unknown. The people that love crypto because of the anonymity, and people are terrified of crypto because of the anonymity. So
Right.
creating a safe space within that anonymity, first mover in that will have the largest share of anyone.
Right. Exactly. I mean, there's already people that do it, and that's the other thing. Like one of the biggest red flags, because I used to work at an incubator for startups, is I hate it when people say, "Who are your competitors?" and they're like, "Oh, no one. We're the first ones to do it." Oh, they're full of shit. So we do have competitors. They are out there. I studied them, but I'm not competitor obsessed. I am customer obsessed, and
that's how Amazon became successful, was
Amazon and other companies, not just Amazon, right? A ton of other companies are like that as well. Not that the customer is always right, but there's sometimes when they're wrong. But yeah.
So there was one thing I remember you talking about in the pitch deck that I didn't hear anything about, and it was something about exclusive access to I think you had like yachts and things like that. Was that a hypothetical, or is that something you're actually planning on implementing with Waifu Labs?
All right. So a little backstory on me. I used to work at a yacht brokerage where we sold yachts. This is how I started programming. Florida Yachts International. You can look at it at my LinkedIn. I know the owner very well. I've worked with Denison Yachts. I worked with HMY, NGYachting.com. I build those sites. My dad kicked me out of my house when I was, back in 2016, 2017, and I lived in a yacht because of the company. They paid for my scholarship to go to school to learn computers. So it's not a hypothetical. Like, I'm not going to put you guys on a ferry like Board 8 Yacht Clubs, no offense. I'm going to actually put you guys in a real yacht. I slept on a 132 tri-deck. You can look it up. And the other one was Silverfast. So I do have connections to yachts. Our marketing director is the owner of several nightclubs out in Miami. He just opened up one in the Marlin Stadium called Recess. He owns several bars and nightclubs, Booze Garden in Las Olas too, in Fort Lauderdale, Wynwood, a lot of bars and nightclubs there that him and his team own, and we can utilize that for private parties. It's legit. It's not that I have to rent a fucking space out. It's like he owns it, and we can throw parties there. He has connections with Bad Bunny and a bunch of different artists that he's already booked, and we can throw freaking concerts. I used to throw concerts when I was younger. So it's not farce, and it's not far-fetched. It's not an ambition. Like, I guarantee you that I can get and I can do it. Like, if I'm not financial advice or whatever, I can't make any promises or whatever, but I promise you that I guarantee you yacht parties and real parties, and like I can build an entire theme I can turn a whole warehouse upside down and make it the best thing ever. One of the parties I threw was with Stevie Aoki back in 2010 called If It's On, It's Neon in Pompano Beach. And it was a fucking success. I had 4,000 people there. I know Stevie Aoki. I was his private medic back in 2012 at Ultra Music Festival. Like, I know I'm dropping shit now, but this is the real deal, bro. Like, I've worked with Alex Owens, the creator of Ultra Music Festival. You know, rest in peace. He passed away, which is the reason why I got out of the scene throwing parties and throwing festivals. Like, I know Kygo, I know his manager. I used to manage Kygo when I was younger before he became big, and I gave him off to Miles Shears with Palm Tree, I think it's called Palm Tree Entertainment or some shit. So, like, I'm the real fucking deal, bro. Like, everybody else in this fucking game, I've noticed, and I'm just gonna say how it is, like, they're full of shit. And, like, me, my team, Young Carlo, Geo, Heavenly, like, we're all about it. We're the real deal, and, like, we're gonna fucking kill it. Like, I already know that.
Knock on wood.
And, you know, Valor himself is super intelligent. He has his own chain that he has. It's Web 4 based, where it's all in the browser, real gasless chain. I audited myself. I'm like, how the fuck is it gasless? Like, what are you doing? How are you producing computational power, and how are you going to pay for that? Like, all of those questions, hard engineering questions that I threw at him, because I'm a back-end engineer. I worked at Facebook's server-side odd infrastructure of 2.5 million servers, I think 3 million servers for power management. And he answered all the right questions. And I was like, okay, let's fucking do this. So, like, believe me, I understand that everybody's battered and bruised up because of all the bullshit that you guys are fed here, but I'm the real fucking deal. Like on my kid's life, bro. Like, I'm honestly got fed up. I didn't like crypto. I got fucking rugged of 3,500 Bitcoins back in 2014. And I will say this, I don't care if it's recorded. I think those people that continue to rug, one of them need to die to be a fucking example of stop rugging people. Just like the MT Gawk CEO got thrown off a building. She committed suicide. Right? So, because she rugged, they all rugged. And that's what happens. And I think there's a misconception of who's involved in crypto. Like, I understand, I don't know if many of you were involved back in 2010 to 2014, but crypto wasn't the whole golly jolly shit with stupid ape pictures and the little anime pictures. It was all about the Silk Road. And those people still exist in the space. And if you fuck with the wrong one of you are going to end up in the ditch. So I think that needs to happen again, in order for people like Universe and Ring, and I know it sounds very morbid and sick, but I think that needs to happen. I think someone needs to be a martyr of the rugging community.
I have a feeling a lot of us share that sentiment, even if we won't say it. Again, like I said, I respect the ambition and I respect the drive, because to fucking make it in crypto, that's the only way, because as we all know, this is the Wild West, and ain't nobody gonna tame it. Being civil and political, it's the only way you make it here is learning the hard lessons and living through that. But yeah,
No, sorry, I went on a tangent, like, but it's just oh shit, I get really emotional about it, because it's just like, bro, like the small guy too. Hold on 1 second. I'm on the call with the attorney. Hello? I'm part of the small guy, right? Back in January, I was like, man, let me get back into crypto. Like, this is awesome. Like, cool. And I started seeing all the projects, and I wasn't impressed. I feel like I can step in and do it correctly. And if who better to do it than someone that has the tenureship? And I know it's extremely hard, and no one can tell me any different, to get a group of engineers of our caliber to come into the space and even entertain this shit. So,
well, hey, knock on wood again. You got your work cut out for you, but it sounds like you're up for the job. So, we'll
Great.
watch this space. Watch this space. Watch out for the. Sorry, I have to look at my fucking notes again. Watch out for Waifu
I gotta
TV.
get going. I have the meeting with the attorney now,
Yeah,
but
yeah. We're running a little bit longer than we thought, but hey, thanks for hosting us, man. This was
thank you guys for being here.
yeah, this was a good
appreciate
talk.
your time.
Yeah, everybody again, Film Perspective, MetaFamous are both from the Gray Market. If you guys want to come check us out, discord.gg/Gray Markets. Hope to see you guys over there. Thank you again, once again, Gosu. Watch this space, guys. It's going to be really interesting.